It's hard to not have been gifted a sub on my channel at this point. Like, honestly. I deserve a sub for playing almost ASCII stuff alone. I mean, I have played some pure ASCII stuff. I thought about doing a couple forts in Dwarf Fortress that were just nothing but vanilla. Just to see how people would react more than anything. All right, well, this is a fort that I'm very bored of. That's the only way to describe it. I'm real bored of this fort. The point of this fort was it's a super savage world, and we were going to fight forgotten beasts. None of them have shown up. We've had like 4. We had one like the second I dug into the initial caverns and we got wrecked and it demolished my entire population. But outside of that, it's been dull as fuck. Nothing really has happened. At least we're making lots of cloth now. I've hollowed out this huge chunk of the caverns. But let's do a real quick fortress tour, shall we? The only thing you would wish of me is to over-explain things for a dimwit like yourself. Well, I mean, Dwarf Fortress is not responding, so I would love to, but all I can do is say, Dwarf Fortress is not responding. So, we just gotta wait for it to do its thing. Oh, I know why. It's because it's saving. Gotcha. No, it's saving. Apparently, I closed the game right before the season ended. Balancer, what's up? I mean, what we really need actually is we need Toady to drop that hot new update. That's what we really need. That's probably when I'll start a new fort. Hold on, sir. No, today what I need to do is I need to build a drain for my drowning trap. Because I've got this lovely drowning trap mostly built. But I don't have any drains for it. You know, I always try and say your name. But it always fucks me up. It's like Yuri Pertus. It always messes me up. Maybe one of these days I'll get it right. Yeah, this is also a large world, so saving takes way too long. There we go. Alright, so this is the surface, right? The surface layer. What exactly do you wish to have explained, Coaster? Or do you just prefer Co? That would make things much easier. There's a tree that needs to be chopped down. I mean, if, like, when I say, what do you wish to have explained? Yes is an accurate response, too. As Yuri Turris? No, I haven't been able to keep up with much stuff recently. I've just been spending all of my free time lying on my couch and listening to records. So I haven't been paying much attention to that stuff, although I heard about it. Was there any super important information that I should know out of that? There is a lot of vomit on the ground. You'll learn over time. I mean, I can give you the basic visual, this is what the fuck you're looking at, thing. Because, let's just turn this on for a second and roll around. We got ourselves some walls. Okay, these can be constructed or just smooth walls. We got floors. We got some roads over here. We got gold floors. We got vomit on the floors, which is those blue squares. We've got various types of ore. We got some logs. We got some pigs and piglets. So piglet. We've got various bars of steel and charcoal. In this case, it's mostly iron and charcoal. Various bins filled with random crap. We've got horses. We've got whatever the heck that is. A drake, so a quacker. We've got some hens. It's probably some named hens as well. So a cat, a bucket load of more hens, and they're laying eggs, which are those white things. We've also got boulders, not to be confused with eggs. A bunch of corpses on the ground here with the red backgrounds, and various bones, body parts, limbs, nose. That's a warthog nose. Wouldn't that be called a snout? Anyway, stray puppy bone, piglet hoof, piglet bone, Rutherford bone, mountain goat skulls, metal as fuck. What causes the vomit? Have you ever like lived underground for 15 years and then gone outside and gone, oh God, sunlight, and then projectile vomited? Yeah, it happens to dwarves all the time. Dwarves, if they live underground a lot, don't like going outside. They're very much like computer programmers. If you make them go outside, they have violently negative reactions to it. Yeah, that's basically all it is. It's just, oh God, sunlight. Ramps down. What causes the vomit? Projectile puking, obviously. The down arrows are, if you've ever played an RTS like StarCraft, the down arrows are literally ramps just going down, or ramps going up, right? So right now this is a downward slope. Right here, this is a downward slope. This over here is an up slope. So a slip going up, slip going down. If I move up a Z level, now it's a slip going down. So it's a slope going up to this upper area here. Or alternatively, a slope going down to this underground area here. All the black speckly stuff is areas that haven't been dug out, underground areas. Up in the top right, you can see, number one, the moon, up at the very top right. But right below that, there's a number. It's red, and it says -1. It means we're 1 Z level below ground. Now we are on layer 0. Now we're 1 Z level above ground. The little square in the middle of that bar on the right side of the screen indicates whether or not the little bar is going up or down.
Thanks whoever gave me my gift sub. I'll renew it myself now, smiley face.
Thank you very much for renewing that subscription. Friend whose name I have a terrible time pronouncing. I'm just gonna call you Yuri, if that's possible. Yuri? Thank you very much for re-upping that sub for a second month. Bringing us back up to the big 530. I am blown away by how many people have been re-upping subs recently. Like, realistically, the number of people that got gifted subscriptions in this channel are bloody insane. Like, and the fact that so many people are continuing them is crazy to me, so thank you. Also, the little squiggle lines, these are water, flowing rivers. Dwarves' jobs are signified by color. Well, their skill is signified by color. So whatever their best skill is the color that the dwarf becometh. It's the coloreth the dwarfeth becometh. And in this case, miners are kind of a silvery white. Woodworkers are yellow. And stoneworkers are straight white. Rangers, green. Metalsmiths, gray. Not to be confused with their military counterparts over on the right side, which have a slightly different sprite. So military dwarves look slightly different. So right here, we have a bunch of dwarves that are all in the military that are training.
Hello!
Hello! How you doing, animal? And then over here we have different animals, different dwarves that are doing different tasks because they've got, you know, they're not wearing armor, essentially. I have a decently confusing stream. Hey man, I thought that you're here to cheer for the capital G. It is my day off, animal. That's why I'm only streaming for 4 hours. And you're here. And because you rated the stream, I will look up in the sky and hold the up arrow for a second. Let go. That's a named dwarf. I'll hold up a little longer. That's also a named dwarf. Fuck it, I'll give you a woodworker. Never mind, not that one. That one's having life problems. How about this one? Frustrated, that's fine. Within the last season, he felt lonely after being away from family. Unfortunately, there probably isn't too much we can do about that. Yeah, it's not my fault you came to a fortress with none of your family. I was frustrated after being unable to acquire something for too long. and frustrated after a lack of decent meals. We have plenty of decent meals. He just needs to go get them. I mean, who isn't skilled at handling wood? Was frustrated after being unable to wander for too long. It's a very sad dwarf, but at least satisfied at work. Doesn't feel anything when he sees dead bodies. Good dwarf. 65 years old, born on the 7th of Obsidian. His sideburns are clean shaven. His very long mustache is neatly combed, and his very long beard is braided. He's very rarely sick and quick to heal and slow to tire. Likes andorite, zinc, green zircon, pike tooth, and hemp fabric. The color yellow-green and gems and battle axes and splints for their splints and rabbits for their ears. There we go. It's like splints for their ears, what? And hyenas for the coordinated hunting. And the sound of the wisps of silk and the sight of the cyclopean sheen. And when possible, he prefers to consume anchovy and mango wine. He's a deep well of patience. He personally believes it would be a fine thing if all time were leisure time, and treasures independence, and finds the pursuit of a skill mastery off-putting, and finds maintaining decorum a silly fumbling waste of time. Finds helping others to be emotionally rewarding, and he is sloppy with his living space, is very greedy, and he is discouraged, and he rarely feels discouraged. There you go. He's brave in the face of imminent danger, and he's grateful when others help him out. You know, actually, we're gonna put you in the military, because you're a brave dwarf. Is that squad even active? Nope, now they are. How insanely detailed they are and how much more detailed they're getting. Hey, Dragon Man, how's things? You're gonna go grab some noms. Well, don't crush them. You have to eat those. Thanks for the 5 cents. Dude, that was me not yesterday, but the day before. Like, I straight up got caught out in a snowstorm while I was grocery shopping. Like, it was whiteout conditions. What are those? Capital B's. Beak dogs. Oh, right, yes, I caught a bunch of beak dogs. I kind of forgot about that. So there's no soil layer, which means, like, actually fielding my animals underground is kind of difficult. Good thing beak dogs are delicious, though. We can totally eat those. So thank you very much for the snowstorm bits. Yeah, no, I can't wait to gen some new worlds in when the new update drops and read some legends. I'm probably gonna do a stream of nothing but just generating worlds and reading legends. All right, so what are all of my masons doing? I don't have that many. All right, Spitalier, you're easily my best mason, so we're gonna remove you from hauling. Instead, yep, put you on architecture. I really, really, really want you to stop hauling stuff. A ring of shrimp. Make some cocktails. How you doing, Dietrich? How's things? Yeah, I know all this stuff's very close together. T-Mobile this time, but in English. All the ads I get on Twitch are in French. Maybe one of these days Twitch will realize that I'm not in Quebec. Construct building. That is exactly what I need you to do. I need this dwarf to go build some bridges so that I can bring in more water. The other thing that I need to do is go right here and figure out exactly how I'm gonna drain this stuff. Because we're gonna need to drain to down here and down into these caverns somehow. That or just drain them off the map, but where's the fun in that? Like, draining into caverns is so much more fun than draining just off the map. So probably something about this big. And then probably something around that big. Around here. And those will all need bridges on them as well. Still alive and cut, that's impressive. And good for you on still being alive and cut. There's a lot of stuff I still need to get hauled out of here. Seems like we need to put some more dwarves into prison, potentially. Oh, actually, no. Everybody's been convicted. That's impressive. I had a swords dwarf go mad relatively recently and run through and stab a bunch of dwarves to death, which was very unfortunate. So how's the drowning chamber? It's taken way too fucking long, man. Like, honestly, it's taking 10 bazillion years. Partially because the world is big, so the frame rate's kind of shit. Like, look at how fast these dwarves are moving. It's taken forever. But we're able to get this dwarf to start working on this. Really? Only just became depressed? That's unfortunate. Please don't panic on me. My best mason. Wouldn't have that. Yeah, but sometimes you just gotta generate a big world because big worlds give you so much cool shit. Like, look at this. This is such a cool looking world, man. And the reason it's such a cool world is because if I go to news, there's a straight up war happening over here. And a straight up war happening over here. And a straight up war happening over here. There was a war happening down here, which seems to have stopped. There was also a straight up war happening over here, but it also stopped. Yeah, this is still the forever at war. Although we'll be genning a new world as soon as the new update drops. Whenever that actually is. I'm very excited for. But yeah, no, I wanted to stream today, even though today is my normal day off, just because it's... Oh, there we go. Cool. Stupid animal dissector died. This dwarf has been, like, depressed for a while and tantruming. Probably died in prison, actually. Was convicted of several crimes. I'm so happy that it's, or not happy, but that's the word. I decided to stream today because I knew that it would be a while before I'd be able to stream again. More Dwarf Fortress stuff, like, until Sunday, basically. And it has been too long already, so I was like, we'll do a short Dwarf Fort today. Minus 30C. It's what is the weather outside right now? I think it's like minus 5 or 6. Minus 2. Feels like minus 8. Celsius. Garbage collect as much as possible. That's usually why I just generate smaller worlds. I mean, what is it where you're at, Ryan? 70 degrees Fahrenheit and balmy. A little bit of moisture in the air. I actually don't know what the weather is like where you're at right now. I've been told it's like above freezing in Finland too. At least where Bellinair's at in southern Finland. Which is weird. Yeah, Rhinestone's on the moon. It's very cold where Rhinestone's at. Cool 14C. Jeez, t-shirt weather. Gotta get my squad of recruits on that. There's a heat wave in Wisconsin. I didn't know that. How long has that been going? Everybody's getting interrupted by Kias. They don't stay around too long. My hunters are going batshit trying to shoot them down, most likely. Or at least they did last season. Oh, no, okay. I was gonna say, I was like, Wisconsin has a heat wave. What? I took that to mean that you'd had a recent heat wave in Wisconsin and it was that hot. I don't know. This winter has been making me nervous. We've had pretty normal weather, but so much weird as hell weather in so many places. I mean, everybody's edible if you try hard enough. Anybody's edible if you try hard enough. So we are at war with goblins. Probably won't encounter them. They tend to be a little bit easily distracted. Or at least it seems that way. It's 10 degrees warmer than yesterday morning. Yeah, sounds about similar to where I'm at. Except right now it's fucking windy. The wind is like what's making the weather shit. Currently. Sounds like somebody needs to report somebody to the mods of the official Project Zomboid Discord. Wait, like actual like pictures of dicks? Or are we talking like dick copy pastas? Are we talking like pictures of their own dick, or just various pictures of other people's dicks? Like, is this a nice variety pack of dicks we've got here, or is this just some random dude being a dick? I need to start making drinks again. Minus 46, was that like your all-time cold? Last year, our coldest temperature we had was minus 27. And that was wind chill. Without wind chill, it was minus 15, I think. But it's pretty mild where I'm from. Vancouver's pretty mild. Also, may I ask, how do you know this person is Indian? You know, I should just, like, buy a container of a container of gummy dicks, and then on New Year or on some like maybe on Valentine's Day, just start posting pictures of gummy dicks. A lot of my Kraftwerk shops got destroyed. That's upsetting. And what's stopping this person from doing that in Google Translate? Still doesn't prove anything. I could very easily, you know, Go on to Google Translate and translate my name to Dick Boy. Seemingly Indian Dick Boy. Fair enough. I will just say, don't ever, like, assume where a particular troll is from. Because they could be from anywhere. One of the funnier sessions of trolling that happened to me once was I got attacked by some... And I know this dude was from Russia because I could hear him talking, but this dude from Russia who was on YouTube streaming to like 4,000 people and made my stream the sole target of his audience. And they all popped in here and started spamming every single racial slur you could possibly imagine, and they continuously called me stupid American. And I was like, excuse me, I'm Canadian, and then they all left. It was way too funny. Like, I'm sorry, I'm Canadian. What are you talking about? Is Peterson How does that literally translate to Dick Boy? I am confused. Why is that body forbidden? Please haul it out of here. Thank you. It's a name. I've never heard of, I mean, I could see how Richard or Richardson could be translated to that, but... Nope, never heard of Peters as a noun. But, you know, you learn something every day, right? So, the sun part I understand, but I've never heard anybody use Peters as a noun. What part of the world are you from? Because, like, I've literally never heard that before. It might be, like, a very specific term from, like, certain portions of the states. Northeastern. Yeah, maybe it's an Eastern States thing. I don't know. I've never heard that before. Neither do I. Neither do I. Nor do I get Bill from Will. But, Peter... Noun. The definition of Peter: to diminish and gradually come to an end, give out, like petering, peters. Definition of Peter 2, noun, often vulgar, penis. Definition of Peter 3 of 4, a fisherman. Definition of Peter 4 of 4, the hermit French preacher in the First Crusade, circa 1050 to 1115. I said penis, cock, balls, nuts, dick. Are you happy now? Yeah, that's from Merriam-Webster. All right, I mean, it's not the first definition, but it does say often vulgar / slang penis. The more you know. Oh, really? Okay, fair enough. I mean, I've heard a lot of slang words for dick in my life, but that's a new one. That is a new one. I mean, anything is slang for dick if you try hard enough. Your favorite is schlong? It's so schlong I can't be asked. I wouldn't say I have a favorite slang term for dick. Dick in and of itself is just a fun word to say. Aha! There we go. Errol, the woodcrafter. 3 witnesses. Disorderly conduct. You can be put in prison. Kidney Buster. I've, again, never heard that one before, but I could see how that could work. Well, Jimmy, Willie, Richard, Peter. I mean, Gregory, which is my name. Is George. I mean, Curious George. Like I said, anything can be slang for penis if you try hard enough. For all men named Dick. I feel like everybody knew at least one Harold Dickens. At least I did. Maybe it's just because that one Harold Dickens went to my friend's high school, so everybody kind of knew him. If you try hard enough. See what I did there? So my current question is, why are none of my miners actually digging? Let's just pump that all up to #1 priority and see if that does it. Maybe that'll get her done. None of my miners seem even remotely interested in digging down here. Sir Manly Power? I think people just like coming up with nicknames for their cock. And at the end of the day, I think it's a little odd. Yeah, I knew a Harry growing up and his last name was Dickens. I believe it. One was the great grandfather of the other one. I mean, I heard of a person named Captain when I was younger. It was a cousin of a friend of mine. His first name was Captain. And we always joked that it would be hilarious if he joined the military because and got any kind of rank because it would be Admiral Captain last name. I don't want to out his last name. But it's like, what? And then if he achieves the rank of Captain, would he be Captain Captain? Captain Captain, Private Captain. Admiral Captain. Served as a fleet commander in World War II. Manly Power. Axion, thank you very much for keeping that subscription alive for 3 months.
EYY Crypt Beer.
Thanks for supporting the streams. Seriously. Cheers, dude. I'm starting to figure out that my camera's over there and not over there. Should I actually set up that Lego camera and have a third camera? Have like a desk cam? Like just have another black and white shitty quality camera. God, there's so much metal down here. EYYYY. Hello, cooler. Howdly doodly. Jarum, can I get a round of beers and chat for that resub? Please and thank you. Also because nobody's done it yet. Gotta beat you guys to the punch. Yeah, I brought back Crypt Wine. I had somebody who was surprised. And now Spitalier says we need a vinyl emote, and I'm like, but we're not going to unlock another subscription for a while. Oh no, my chief medical dwarf is just like, bleh. Has seen too much fucked up shit in her life. Horrified reliving seeing Bembul Grooved Machines die. That's a great name. Grooved Machines. I too am horrified. We're seeing Bembul Grooved Machines die. 2 counts of disorderly conduct. Sacks. Sima. It's just like bleh. I mean, it is just like bleh. I'll have to change that to dwarf, but I can quote that. Quote 301. Quote number 301 has now been added.
Chicken attack! Chicken attack!
How you doing, B-Lug? How is things? I hope you're doing well. Bunch of those bridges got canceled. I'm doing tired. That's good. And it's good to hear that you'll be resting good this weekend. Have you been sleeping well? I did win. Yeah. This is where you scream, rigged! You're now Darth Vader at night? Does it also, like, turn you into a baritone?
So you talk like this.
That's my Darth Vader impression. Not nowhere near as cool as Dwarf Vader, but that's besides the point. What are we wheeling? Yellowberry. Oh, the fact that you won? And congrats. Only the toppest of qualities. I only ship in the toppest of qualities. You should know this. Why in the world would I do a low quality anything? Like, why in the world would I pull out a Lego webcam with the intention of, like, using it for something if I didn't want low quality? I'm amazed I still have this. I found this yesterday. The real question, chat room, is what should I do with the Lego cam? I'm very much thinking about just, like, having, like, maybe, like an amplifier cam. Like, just put it in front of the amplifier. Just let you guys stare at that. You have air pushed in your nose, and it's really strange to talk with air pushed through your nose. I can believe it. Yeah. Cancels. Well, I mean, you should be in prison. How much silk do I have by now? I probably have a lot. Why did I go down the bottom there? That's a lot of thread. 5,411 thread. Let's make silk shirts. 100. Silk dress. 100. Silk. Let's make vests. 100. Go make some good quality clothing, dwarves. So you guys watch them dig for a second here. I will be right back. I'm gonna go use the toilet. All right. Did somebody die? I see somebody being horrified. You guys just like spamming all the, you know, all the commands. Must have been. Watching this game is extremely relaxing. Playing this game is even more relaxing. This is why I'm in the visual ASMR directory. It'll be nice when I have all this stuff set up. Okay, did I actually hook that stuff up to anything? Don't know if I did. You know, previous me, it would have been smart if I had actually named these. Flush goes the weasel. Okay. That's my... It's got 2 connected to that one. That one's got 4. So I'm assuming glug 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 is the fill lever. I'm assuming that is the drain lever. And that's my wall lever. So I'm gonna need to make another lever in the middle of those, which will be the like rest of the drowning trap levers, and then one there which will be the drain, and one here which will be the lock them in the drowning trap. And then I realized, oh god, I've got way too many of these. You know what makes me sad? I couldn't find this soundtrack anywhere on vinyl. After some Googling. The entire Pokemon map from Pokemon Gold. Why Gold specifically? I don't know. You'd have to Google it. No more crimes have been committed, which is good. Oh, wow. You grew up with Pokemon Gold? Fair enough. I just think it's interesting that you immediately go to Pokemon Gold specifically. You finished commission. Wait, why are you thanking me for finishing a commission? Did I get you a commission? If I did, you're welcome. Halfway to the goal? What's the goal? Asob, the administrator, has been stricken by melancholy. Oh no. Is to be a baller? Is it now? Really? Well, can I ask what they made you draw? I'm glad that my shout-out got you again. Hopefully they got you to draw something. Like $250 a month? Because that's doable with commissions. By the way, if you guys don't know, Cooler did a lot of the artwork for my channel. Did the majority of my emotes. He did my intro as well as my outro screens, which we might need to talk, Cooler, at some point about repurposing those into something for this camera screen. Or doing something for this camera screen. I don't know what, but anyway. So you had trouble with it? Have never been to one? You've never been to a coffee shop. Interesting. I mean, at least there's lots of visual references on the internet. Ball? What?
talk like this.
I can't even watch that. I can't. I can't listen to myself do that voice. I just can't. Some migrants have arrived despite the danger. I don't really consider this to be a particularly dangerous fort, but... Oh, of course they're running into water, because there's water right there. That makes perfect sense. This is gonna take 11 billion years. So how about instead of doing that... we do this instead, we'll dig down one more layer. Instead of digging out this center bit. Whoops, fuck that up a little bit. This will just make digging this out way faster. For your next personalized command, I mean, I can just say no. I have the right to not let you use certain commands. I start to talk like Bellinair. Well, cooler, how about this? I do actually need more thumbnails for YouTube videos. I've run out of colors for dwarves and have started reusing them. So if you can think of more color combinations or variations on those YouTube thumbnails for VODs, I'm all ears. Or rather, all dollar signs. And I will pay you for more thumbnails. Google is sending me price drop alerts on my mixer. Apparently it's $10 cheaper than it was when I bought it. Thanks, Google. This is appreciated. I know, right? It's a problem. Maybe put, like, maybe do a round of dwarves with pickaxes. Or maybe write Dwarf Fortress villains because there's an update. I don't know. All I know is that I've run out. And it's a problem. Actually, no, it would be really cool. And chat, maybe you guys can second this. If we had a slightly animated version of this. This guy. Maybe make him tip the hat occasionally. I need to, like, read through a lot of Toadie's recent posts. All I know is that I am very excited for that new update. All of the stuff he's talked about just seems really cool. More magnetite. By the gods. Keep hitting damp stone. You know, I should just start making coins, actually. Just because I'm curious what they'd look like. 73, let's make coin, gold, 10. Uh-oh. What happened to my manager? Uh-oh. I think my manager died. You're a novice organizer, Endok the leather worker. All right, you can have the job. Has a day off? Yeah, in death. There you go. Really hope the dwarves are getting nice new silk stuff. Hope that they like it. It's making so much of it. I'm familiar with what the old dwarf economy was. Even if they didn't need it, yeah. Yeah, no, I've read about what happened with the dwarf economy. Hey, Peter, how you doing? Chief Medical Dwarf's having another panic attack. It's pretty fitting. Masterpiece, cave spider silk dress. I mean, I like the idea of dwarven economy. I really do. I like the idea of, you know, random dudes having to pay for things. I also like the idea of, like, visitors getting mad and picking up coins and throwing them at somebody and killing them with them. I really like that idea. That's maybe my favorite one, in fact. There's a lot of things that didn't work in Dwarf Fortress that they've added in the past that I love the idea of. What? 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 Is this a problem? I don't get it. I really don't. The peasant Zunter has come, a short, sturdy creature fond of drink and industry. I've never, what? I'm screenshotting that. A dwarf has come. Should I be afraid? I don't know. Sticking this up on Discord. I'm perplexed. Just a peasant has come. Like, are you berserk or something? He's tired. Seems to be naked. Doesn't have any wounds. Seems just like a normal dwarf. But there was no now you know why you fear the night, Bagoosh. It's the 26th of Slate. Hold on. I'm looking at the Dwarf Fortress calendar real quick. So the full moon is on the 23rd of Slate. Yeah, I've never had that happen before. That is weird. It's weird. In before he just leaves. Yeah, he just leaves. All right. Sure. Oh no, a peasant has come! And he leaves. All right, back to work. He's all like, I'm late for a very important date. No time to say hello, goodbye, I'm late. Yeah, exactly. Super took too long to get to the fort. Should have used Lyft, man. I mean, it's not that easy, animal. He left. Oh, there we go. The Forgotten Beast. Police. Ah, gee. I've got too many new buttons on here and I keep pressing the wrong ones. Forgotten Beast, Pelisse Larathi has come. A huge serpent with lidless eyes and a broad shell. It appears to be emaciated. Its eyes are golden yellow, and its scales are blocky and set far apart. Beware its noxious secretions. Where the fuck is it? Oh, there it is. Top left, flashing S. Gray. Well, hold on. I need to figure out what cavern layer this is. Yeah, okay, so this is the actual dangerous one. So here's what we're gonna do. Put everybody in burrow 1. I'm not too worried about this thing, so I'm just gonna be like, yo, squads, go do the murder. If they were blocky and overlapping, I'd be concerned, but I'm not. And they're not, so. Seems to be pretty slow, too. Scratch that, it's pretty quick. Casualty count. Any bets, chat? 1 casualty, 5 casualties, 15 casualties! Nine casualties. 9 casualties. Real question is, where's my military at? That's the important question. Oh, there they are. Incoming. All right, let's pause the game. So it seems like some hits got put in on one of my axe dwarves. Hopefully the swords dwarf will do well. Sword masters are incoming. Got 2 more swords dwarves as well. There's the rest of the military right there. Okay, there's blood on the ground already. Let's take a peek at the combat. Seems like Axe Dwarf hacks the beast in this shell, denting it. While we're denting it and tearing its scales. That's good. Already off to a good start. The Forgotten Beast did charge the Axe Dwarf, though, and collide with the Axe Dwarf and knock the Axe Dwarf over. Then the Forgotten Beast misses, and then the Forgotten Beast bites the Axe Dwarf in the upper body, bruising the muscle and bruising the right lung through the pigtail cloak. Rip the pigtail cloak. The Axe Dwarf hacks the Forgotten Beast in the head with their iron battle backs, that's a word. Battle axe, tearing the skull. It seems to be going in our favor. I'm not, as I said, not too concerned. I wonder how this thing tastes. Seeing more blood on the ground. More dwarves piling into the attack. The wounded Axe Dwarf seems to be not too dissuaded by the whole thing. Dwarves are piling on top of it. It seems to have slithered out. Lycott has become a militia captain. Was somebody found dead? Uh-oh. Forgotten Beast bites the Axe Dwarf. Forgotten Beast is having trouble breathing. Hammer Dwarf strikes the Forgotten Beast in the head with its iron shield, bruising the muscle. Not the brain, unfortunately. Swords Dwarf slaps. Did you guys know that Swords Dwarf slaps? Their new album's just fantastic. The Swords Dwarf slaps the Forgotten Beast in the body with the flat of his steel short sword, but the attack glances away. Swords Dwarf pulls on the embedded steel short sword. The Swords Dwarf gains possession of the steel short sword. More dwarves moving into play. Yeah, it looks like we've got this. I'm just gonna play this at full speed. Yeah, the dwarves are just piling on it, and it appears to be dead. Who got the kill, though? I wonder. Swords Dwarf slashes the Forgotten Beast in the neck with his steel short sword, and the severed part sails off in an arc. Well, it wasn't Ko. It wasn't Id. Vubok wasn't Vubok. Pelisse, Tredge got the kill. Can I get a round of beers in chat for all the braved dwarves? The brave dwarves who fought today. And hopefully someone comes and helps. Ooh, your upper spine got hit. Upper spine is mangled beyond recognition. Unfortunately, Adil, I think that your time in the military might be finished. A poor, poor dwarf. And to anyone interested in Falcon 9, we'll do tomorrow. I think Hobo's gonna go watch that live, actually. He was talking about it in chat. All right, well, we're gonna remove this dwarf from the military. And kind of keep an eye on it. Hope that this dwarf gets help that they need. You're going to go pick up equipment. I really hope that somebody is going to go help that dwarf. You are heading in the right direction to be helping that dwarf. Many a dwarf is running down there, though. We do have lots of medical dwarves. Never mind. Adil has passed. And I got some Fs in chat for this brave, brave warrior. Considering they fought with the Forgotten Beast, I think this dwarf has earned a coffin. So we shall make a tomb for this dwarf, I think. R.I.P. poor dwarf. Just a pity. Such a pity. Not bad, though. One casualty. Nothing we can't handle. Also, thank you very much to everybody who's tuning in today. You know, it is my normal day off. I wasn't sure how many people would tune in today, but thank you so much to everybody who has. And especially if you're here for the first time and you just want more Dwarf Fortress stuff. Because tomorrow I won't be streaming Dwarf Fortress. Same with the day after I will be. And then the Monday I won't be. But then after that we'll be back on DF. If you guys want more of this, I do these little edited videos. I also archive all of my VODs up on YouTube. So if you want to kind of keep up or see different portions of this fort, maybe you want to see the beginning of this fort or even the world gen for this fort, you can find that all very easily there on YouTube. I don't really consider myself much of a YouTuber, but I do the YouTube stuff just because I can, kinda. I wonder if they've forged any coins yet. They have! Let's take a peek at those. Not that they have any value, really, whatsoever, or purpose. This is a stack of 500 Iton Lak 256 gold coin. This is the gold currency of Iton Lak of the year 256. On the front of the coin is a superiorly designed image of Vubok Lashwills, the dwarf and dwarves. Vubok Lashwills is surrounded by the dwarves. The artwork relates to the ascension of the dwarf Vubok Lashwills to the position of Baroness of the Hall of Insight in the year 154. The coin on the coin's back is a masterfully designed image of Cobalt Coal, the dwarf, and dwarves. Ast Cobalt Coal is surrounded by the dwarves. The artwork relates to the ascension of the dwarf Ast Cobalt Coal to the position of king of the Hall of Insight in the year 43. So it's got a baroness on one side and a king on the other side. Fitting coin, I think. Fitting coin. Also, I'm going to post a screenshot of that peasant on Dwarf Fortress. Just because it's bloody weird to me. Oh! Ghostly Human Spearman has risen. We need a craft dwarf shop. There we go. Let's just get all those made real quick. What was it I was going to do? I was going to do something. This poor dwarf. Everything is piling up all at once. Right, that's what I was doing. But yeah, I hope everybody out there is planning a cool weekend. Also, me and my stream team are in talks about doing some sort of charity thing for Australia. We're in the planning stages, but if you guys have ideas, feel free to, or if that's something you'd be interested in as well, feel free to throw out ideas. With PAX South going on right now, things are going to be a little bit quieter on Twitch. A lot of people won't be streaming because a lot of people go to PAX South. So I'm going to be kind of taking that opportunity to stream a little bit more over this weekend. Ooh, magma crabs. Magma crabs are weird. They're like giant balls of stone, essentially. But yeah, no, thank you very much to everybody who's tuning in today, and everybody who's lurking and watching. Channel wouldn't exist without people to tune in and lurk on a day off. It's really that keeps a channel like this alive. You know, I'm starting to think I might do a video, or try and do a video, about Sima, the weaponsmith, who's currently minting gold coins, but is a dwarf who hates the military, hates skills with weapons, but is a legendary weaponsmith. I'm wondering if they have an interesting history. And is also, like, constantly haggard, and very frequently just, like, going nuts and tantruming, being put in prison for a bit, being let out of prison, and then tantruming again. Rinse, repeat. There's got to be some sort of horrendous, tragic story there that I can tell. Oh, I read that as Death Pants. Vubok has created a masterpiece muscle shell figurine of Kubok Death Paints. I read that as Death Pants, and I was very excited to have a dwarf named Death Pants. Deathu Pantsu. Deathu Pantsu. Death Pants. There's actually a pretty good Dwarf Fortress screenshot of somebody who actually had, or literally had SpongeBob attack him. It was a sponge twisted into humanoid form, because in Dwarf Fortress you can have large, like, giant sponges, which basically just kind of sit in creeks and apparently can kill dwarves. I've never had it happen myself, but somebody had a were sponge, and its skin was yellow and its eyes were blue. You will know why you fear the night. It's like, I just got attacked by SpongeBob, AMA. So, yeah, Dwarf Fortress has done that. Dwarf Fortress has generated SpongeBob. Also, for anybody, if you guys want the Reddit thread, there's the Reddit thread. It's created a masterpiece goblin cap bin. Congratulations, Dwarf, on creating a masterpiece bin. Dun, 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 dun. Construction on that has been disabled. We gotta re-enable that. SpongeBob the Dark Sponge rises. SpongeBob the Creature of the Night rises. You will know why you fear the TV. $6,990 channel points. Good job on earning such channel points. Give it a little bit longer and you can use the I used to be rich. Should I add any more really dumb, big channel points redemptions? Because I could add some really big, dumb ones. I need some ideas, though. Animal. I need some ideas. You know what I should do? I should have a 100,000 one, and the 100,001 channel point, which just makes me dab. That might just be the perfect level of stupid. I was once a billionaire, but that's not a billion. 10 million is not a billion, you dum-dum. It would have to be a billion. Why 15.6K? Or is that how many you have? It costs $100 to make me do that. 10K bits. I'll dab. I ain't no child. No. Oh, hey! Dwarf has been taken by a fey mood. A spinner. You dislike them? You can actually disable them. I'll be honest with you, Axion. I'm being completely honest here. I agree. They're kind of shit. I don't really like them either. But some people do, and it lets people modify emotes. If it gives them a use. That's all. If they didn't have the option to let people modify emotes, yeah, I'd be with you. Carpenter's Workshop. I'm a little bit surprised by that. Hey, Pie. But if you have better Twitch TV installed, Axion, you can actually disable them completely. You can stop yourself from earning them and you won't see them. And you also won't see any pop-ups. I personally, I've gotten quite fond of my lurker hellos. Like, I know a lot of people use them, like, several people have used them today. And it's just really nice to see people that are lurking. I don't know, I like them. I really like that. No, that's absolutely what they're doing. That's 100% what they're doing. Axion. But I'll say this. And it did the smiley. Yeah, no, I know what you mean. I do that sometimes myself. I forget that that's a smiley. I'll say this. If you don't like Twitch's cash grabs and you want to support streams, throw money around on Patreon, not Twitch. That's it. I know some people do that. They support me on Patreon instead of on Twitch. Also gets you cooking videos. But at the same time, it's like, there are ways that I could make it much more sell-outy, and I think I've kind of done a pretty good job of making the points fair. You'd rather not give money to Amazon? Then it's, well, I mean, you're Prime subscribed, so, I mean, you're kind of giving money to Amazon. The thing that really is a cash grab to me is the bit emotes. The emotes that you can purchase with bits. Those are the cash grabby things. Free trial? Not big brain. Also, if you're abusing that, you can actually get IP banned from Twitch, so be careful. It's okay, I won't tattle. But just be aware. But, yeah. But yeah, no. The only thing I request with the Lurker Hello is just don't spam it. But I think it's a pretty good use. There's a Drothla walking into my fort. Once you walk back down, as a couple Z levels down to here. I pause. What did I literally just say, Yellowberry? I literally was just like, please don't spam them, and then you do it. You do the thing I said not to do. Why'd you gotta do that? You just posted it, and you're not lurking. So, that's spamming it. It's literally the thing I said please don't do. Let Dwarf go. You go. So wasn't it just a weaver? There you are. It was a spinner, not a weaver. How Lurker Hello works, you click on the thing and you click on the thing. Basically, if you don't intend on typing in the chat at all, use Lurker Hello if you want to say hello. And I won't interact with it. That's all it is. So if you don't intend on typing or speaking at all, just hit the button. If you do intend on typing, don't worry about it. It's that simple. But you are speaking. Just sort of happens. Oh, can't help you there. There's 3 people that have used it correctly today. Just clicking the button like they should. Because today's been extremely lurky. Last 2 days have been extremely lurky. I think it's because I took time off. Then it's January. People just watch less streams this time of year. And as far as like Amazon taking a cut of everything goes, literally the only reason I'm on Twitch is because Twitch is the biggest, best platform to do this type of thing. If I could do this in a way that gave Amazon no money and gave me 100% of the cut, trust me, I'd do it. I'd do it. But there is no viable way for me to do this without giving Amazon or some other big company a cut. Unfortunate. Yep. Kids are back in school, so they're like trying to like get back to that. A lot of people, like it's just shitty season. That's all it is. It's just shitty stream season. Is that simple? Or if you're picking up a new pick, maybe you broke your pick. Congrats to the winners on the investments. Okay, how far down do I need to go to hit the caverns? Not that far. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Real question is, why'd you get out of DF in the first place? Of course you should get back into DF. DF's great. Get that filled in. Looks like all those bridges are done. All right, we're gonna add bridges to this. Not that one. That one. Cool. That's all the ones that we need to add. I remember when I was younger, I memorized my mom's credit card number. I've never memorized my own, though. I know my PIN off by heart, and I know the security number, but I've never memorized my own credit card number. Especially because I recently got a new credit card, so even if I had it memorized, I wouldn't know it anymore. Just run it on a second monitor. Play uneasy biomes. Dwarf Fortress almost plays itself at a point. But why has it been a bad decision for you, Axiom? I feel like my brain has just like forgotten how to memorize numbers ever since I stopped having a phone number that I needed to memorize. Impulse buys? Gotcha. I mean, I've been impulse buying a lot of records, but I see that almost more as a business investment these days because, you know, I'm streaming them. Also, B-Lug, since you're here, you want to know something kind of ironic? You want to know which record muted my VOD the most yesterday? It was the Mellow Mood fucking background noise as seen on TV record. It's the only one that muted my VOD. That and like one track off of the Animals as Leaders live one. Oh hey, Summer's arrived. It's just ironic. Like some random non-music from the 70s is the one that gets copyright pulled. Every other one, like recent indie music, it's fine. Just fine. It's too funny. Honolulu. What's this fort's deal? Being boring. That's this fort's deal. How's things, Jack Merrick? Yeah, this fort's just been uninteresting, unfortunately. I wanted it to be a fort all about fighting forgotten beasts, but no forgotten beasts have shown up, really. I mean, they have, but very few. Very few forgotten beasts have shown up. So currently I'm building a drowning trap and kind of hoping that baddies will show up. What's the spiral designed for? This is a drowning trap. So ideally drowning things. Making things take forever to get to your fort. I don't know, spirals are fun. And in this case, very slowly digging downward. Inul, the spinner, has created Adratsisis, a tunnel tube casket, and claims it as a family heirloom. Oh, it's T. That's the button I'm supposed to hit. It's worth 61,200. This is a tunnel tube casket. All craft dwarfship is of the highest quality. It is encrusted with round, brilliant cut Alexanderites and decorated with Ruthver leather, and encircled with bands of octagon cut Alexanderites and pigtail and dog leather. This object is adorned with hanging rings of schist and menaces with spikes of tunnel tube. On the item is an image of a gizzard in stone tunnel tube. On the item is an image of a forgotten beast in spider silk. Well, the Spike of Lulling was from a world that I haven't been playing in about 8 months. That was just one world that I generated. So Spike of Lulling is not in this world, unfortunately. Tunnel tube is a type of mushroom, actually. Giant underground mushroom. So yeah, tunnel tube is a type of mushroom. Type of giant underground mushroom. Like, for example, all of these are all tunnel tube logs. Different colors of tunnel tube logs. And these are tunnel tube, or goblin caps. And spore trees. Fungi wood. I think fungi wood is what tunnel tubes are. Power cap. I think these are all called tunnel tubes when you chop them down. Also, down here is my library, by the way, because I haven't really looked at that much. It's not a super busy library, but we do have a bone doctor who's currently in there reading. Like you, Shang Vagoosh. I have, like, the vast majority of my fortresses are set up in the caverns. Not just because I'm copying you Shang Vagoosh. Also, it was Monster Killer, I'm pretty sure. You Shang Vagoosh. Monster Killer. One of my favorite Krug Smash intros. And there's so many boulders that still need to be put away. How are we doing on spider silk cloth? Man, we still have like 200 plus cave spider silk cloth. It was the fort that got you into Krug Smash? It was a good one. Really was. This is our clothing industry right here. Got all of these looms and then clother shops. These are all craft dwarf shops, I think. Masons and then carpenter shops, gotcha. And down here are a bunch of jewelers shops, mechanics workshops. What crops? Nothing fancy. Sweet pods, cave wheat, and plum helmets. Well, I keep running out of sweet pod seeds. Not really a huge concern, though. I think they're fighting over the... Giant black mamba, eh? I don't see a giant black mamba. Are you butchering that? You are. It's gonna be a long walk. Yeah, you only really get fancy crops if you do above ground farming, which I am not doing. What biome am I in? Actually, that's a good question. It's kind of like a swampy biome, and then like kind of a tundra-y biome around the last. This one's kind of swampy jungle-y, and then over here on the right, because we keep getting like black mambas and giant snakes and stuff and some alligators. And then over here, this one's kind of just tundra, mountainside-ish. Basically, like, we're on the edge of a mountain, which is going down into a jungle-y area. And we're set up on the edge of the mountain. So we're set up in kind of a rocky area with, like, almost no soil. Last fort I did was basically in the middle of the desert. Where we built a big old tower out of glass. That one was fun, but then it got really crashy. You recently learned that Atlas does not carry the Earth on its shoulders. In fact, he carries the sky. And how come all of the images of Atlas are him carrying the world? What? Never said it had to be related to anything. Why would Twitch chat have to be related to anything? Yeah, where did you learn that, out of curiosity? Because to me, Atlas always carried the world on his shoulders. Keep it from falling. Really? But there's statues of Atlas. Like, ancient statues of Atlas carrying the globe. I'm just confused now. I need some empty cages. I guess so. Been watching videos of Greek mythology. Huh. Interesting. Any particular reason or just cuz? Asob, my old manager, has been found dead. Poor bastard. Let's place some memorials. You know, it's just seeing that rip emote. It makes me think about something. Do you have any idea how often game developers get in trouble for putting red crosses in relation to the Red Cross in video games? Like, weirdly frequently. Apparently the Red Cross is very stingy about the usage of their logo in relation to video games, which I think is interesting. Including one RimWorld, which got in trouble for having a red cross signifying medkits. Something about not watering down the meaning of it. I mean, it makes sense. It's just one of those things that, like, you know, you don't think of. I know a few streamers who basically have, like, a Red Cross logo has a rip emote, and I'm waiting for it to happen to a streamer. Just need somebody to blow up a little bit, and then an emote gets spammed a bunch. Bam! There you go. I have the hiccups. Because Atlas the Titan was important to the rebellion of the Titans against the gods. To punish Atlas, Zeus made him carry the sky and the embodiment of him. Never touch the earth. Together are the parents. Interesting. Realistically, though, I find Greek mythology fascinating. It's some good fucking science fiction. Or fantasy. Hell of a lot better than fucking Star Wars, that's for sure. Who you calling a boomer? Okay, fucking zoomer. Partial to Norse. I think they're both cool, frankly. Although I have more gray hair than a lot of boomers. Is that dwarf carrying a boulder? I think so. Yeah, you are. I mean, myths in general are pretty rad. All of those stories are cool. Fucking love them. Dwarf is working on that bridge. Good, good, good. That other bridge got done. Good, good, good. We got a ways to go before all this stuff is done. These ones should be able to be done in one. Nope. I've never stopped doing viewer dwarves. If you want a dwarf, just ask. I just don't auto-name dwarves because I know some people don't like being named after dwarves without asking. So if you want a dwarf, just tell me. If you have preference in job, I generally have a few dwarves in every profession available, with the exception of nobles. Nobles tend to get snapped up quite quickly, so if you want a dwarf, just let me know what type of dwarf you'd like. Do you have one in this Fort Axion? I think you might. Maybe you died. I seem to remember naming one after you, though. You may have died. Certainly possible. No, you don't. Yeah, I can give you one. Yep, there's bards. But I don't generally let many of them into my fort. The one bard that is in the fort is already named. The problem is bards tend to just kind of annoy dwarves and eat your frame rate. I have an armor dwarf. I have a metalsmith. They're all kind of multi-purpose, though. Who's currently reciting poetry, oddly enough. Who's also in good spirits. You have no family but 2 deities. You are in good health. Feels euphoric due to inebriation, but was annoyed after having a drink without a goblet, cup, or mug. I have 400 goblets in this fort. They shouldn't be having a problem with that. Yeah, but it's already named. My chief medical dwarf is named. I do have some generic doctors, though. Like a generic doctor. He is quite durable, but weak. 80 years old, born on the 11th of Granite, near 176. Personally values family and does not care about friendship, and dreams of crafting a masterwork someday. It's quite durable, but weak. And he likes cloglomerite. It's a weird, like, beach stone. Trifle pewter, turquoise, crescents, maces, and crowns, and turkeys for their wattle, and the words of the oily tortoise, and the sound of the lavender styles, and the sight of the adoration of brides, and when possible he prefers to consume swordfish, and crembola wine, and soft wheat flour, and maize, and round limes, and absolutely hates cave spiders. I don't blame you on that one. He is somewhat scatterbrained and does not and can easily fall in love and develop positive sentiments, and he has a tendency towards forming deep emotional bonds with others, and he doesn't cling tightly to ideas and is open to changing his mind. Dr. Dwarf for Axion. What labors does he have active? I've already closed them. But knowing my metalsmiths, everything except for weaponsmithing, because I have a legendary weaponsmith in the metal stuff variety. Probably one craft and hauling. This one's already named. I've got a geographer. That's interesting. Surgeon. Where are you? There you are. Death all around us, feeling very uneasy. He is uneasy after seeing Kilub furnace scavenges dead body. Within the last season, didn't feel anything after seeing a bunch of other dead bodies, but is satisfied remembering work and felt gratitude remembering being rescued. She personally finds eloquence and artful speech off-putting, and values nature, and dreams of creating a great work of art. She is agile, but very slow to heal and very weak and remarkably flimsy. 58 years old, born on the 24th of Granite, near 198. Her ears have a great swinging lobes, and her nose bridge is convex. Her hair is clean-shaven, and she has a prominent chin. Was recently euphoric due to inebriation, so even though she has clean-shaven hair, she is not a vampire. She is bashful and rarely feels discouraged. She tries to do things correctly each time, and she is inherently proud of her talents and accomplishments. She has a noticeable lack of perseverance, and she tends to be passive in discussions. She likes to keep things practical without delving too deeply into the abstract. She has 2 deities, no health problems. She's an adequate siege operator, but a skilled surgeon. Or a squeamish surgeon, yeah. It's fine though. But yeah, no, so Imgram, generally the way minstrels in Dwarf Fort work is they're generally traveling minstrels. You don't really want to have them in your fort. And the reason you don't really want to have them in your fort is because they tend to just kind of piss everybody off, for lack of a better term, and they also often get whiny because they want to do crafts. So if you let them stay permanently in your fort, they don't become a full-on dwarf. They just kind of do that one job. And so often you'll have super duper depressed crafts dwarves that want to, what's the word I'm looking for here? That you'll have super duper depressed dwarves that want to do other jobs but can't because they are permanently bards. And it's not really something you want to have a lot of in your fort. It's nice to have some visiting ones every now and again, but you don't generally want to let them stay. The forgotten beast, Stareb, has come. An enormous feathered bristleworm. It has wings and it squims and fidgets. Its purple trope feathers are downy. Beware its poisonous sting. This is a cool one. It's this W up here. Enstreb. Well, we shall fight. Battle is imminent. I'm going to send all my dwarves down there. Hey chat, any bets on death count for this one? To battle! Problem is it has wings. Did you hear me read a breath attack? I said, beware its poisonous sting. So no, it's gonna go into melee distance. I'm not too worried. If it had fire, I'd be fucking scared right now. 42? You're mean. Bye. I mean, that might be the secret of the universe, but it's not the answer to all Dwarf Fortress deaths. The poet Edim has given a few rumors. Man, it's coming right into the fort, even though it doesn't have a way in. Or does it? No, it doesn't. Hey, Ra. It is I, Ragot Glassed. How's things, Ra? You should come in at some point when I have a fortress where I'm making glass. There's like no easily accessible sand in this fort. And then I can make a dwarf and call him Ra. And then make you a statue of Ra got glassed. All right. Put everybody in burrow 1. Turn off standing orders. Pop up 1 layer. Hold this lever. Wait a second for it. Forgotten Beast is still very close. It's over there in the troglodyte corpse pile. Let's move the dwarves down here. Zoom in one. I'm assuming it'll come right in. That's the military. Hammer dwarves are pink, swords dwarves are blue, wrestlers are white. Most of them are also wielding swords anyway, and that's it. I'm really happy this thing doesn't have a ranged attack. Let's see what happens. We're gonna follow the Forgotten Beast. Bless some RNG for our dwarves, or post beers, either or. These dwarves will need a drink after this. We're in combat. It's on the ground. I did see a sting go out. Looks like we are destroying the thing. Didn't seem to get any hits in early. It did charge a couple dwarves, but nobody seemed to get hit. Everybody's got full iron armor. Armor? Yeah, everybody's got full iron armor. Everybody's got full iron armor. And, swords. Made of either steel or, hammers made of silver. This is not how Boat Murder began, though. No, this fort's way too boring to be boat murdered. We're gonna run out there and pick up equipment. Alrighty. Dumat, the Hammer Dwarf, has bestowed the name Ralmez upon an iron shield. Iron armor! There's iron armor! It's how I sound when I'm eating crackers and talking. Iron armor! The Hammer Dwarf strikes the Forgotten Beast in the body with his iron shield, bruising the muscle and bruising the brain. And Dumat was the name of the dwarf that... Aha! Annex Pebbles! And Apex Pebbles. Forgotten Beast in 256. Just kind of want everybody to run back inside. Get back in here, Darfs. Forgotten Beast Roast? No, we'll probably just seal this cavern back up. This cavern is too filled with monsters and shit. I don't really want my dwarves going out there. We're not monsters, but corpses of monsters. So dwarves just have panic attacks when they go out there. Although we did butcher another Forgotten Beast recently, so we have lots of meat. Don't let the beast in. The beast is dead, though. We can just close the drawbridge. Fine. There you go. It's dead. And gone. I actually did, right here, collapse the ceiling on a Forgotten Beast, which was fire-breathing and killed my entire army, even though they had shields and, like, plenty of ways to dodge it. Didn't save them. So yeah, no need to collapse any ceilings. No, I've never tried to. I feel like miasma is... Well, I mean, I've unintentionally done that, actually. Just had tunnels that are filled with rotting corpses that just kind of end up being miasma chambers, but no, I've never tried to do that intentionally. I've never had anything that's eternally rotting. Never stayed in the right biomes to do that sort of stuff. You should really just stop fighting over the silk cloth. That would make our lives so much easier. Well, that's why they're not doing that. Not priority number one. Any other things they need to do? They'll only mine if it's priority number 1. That's the wrong tag, of course. Go. Yeah, just like I've also never tried doing anything with blood because it evaporates way too fast. And open, yeah, but they will stop producing miasma after a short period of time. Like, even if you trap them in there, it's not like it's gonna hold the miasma there forever. The miasma will go away pretty quickly. So you need to have like a constant supply of bodies in order to actually do anything interesting with that. I don't know. I don't really see the point. I mean, maybe you'd make some things panic, but... Well, I mean... You can. You shouldn't, but you can. Yellowberry. Yeah, but you need a constant stream of intruders, that's what I'm saying. Like, even in, like, I'm thinking back to even the most invaded forts I've had. The miasma's cleared before the next army shows up. Except for the rare times when I've had multiple armies show up, like, back to back. I don't think I've ever had I mean, yeah, with enough wars. I've never had enough wars to do that. And I've had factions where I've been at war with every single other faction, including my home Dwarven faction. Although, granted, that was a small world, but... I started a civil war once. Oops. Time to change that? That's not the part of Dwarf Fortress that interests me, though. So, cap it yourself, but... The part of Dwarf Fortress that really interests me are the small stories. It's easy to tell a story about violence and death. It's difficult to tell a story about one particular dwarf. Combat is merely one storytelling mechanism that Dwarf Fortress has. It has many more interesting storytelling mechanisms. You still haven't told me the story of this fort. I like you to do. I like you to do. Well, here, I'll tell you the story of this fort in a few words. We settled with the intention of killing forgotten beasts underground, and very few have shown up. It's been boring as shit. That's the story of this fort. You're welcome. Next time, say please. Like, how do I start? I don't know, it's always different. I give them roles based on what they sound like they would want to do, based on their mood descriptions. So I read their, like, character thoughts in their brain, and if they are entertaining, or they seem like they would want to do a particular job, I give them that role. So there's really no science behind it for me. Heck, sometimes I just go with 7 peasants. That's actually my favorite way to embark. It's not that it was an inconvenience, it was just you used a super sarcastic emote in Combine's in combined with demanding something, so I responded with a sarcastic response. It's not an inconvenience, it's merely a sarcasm begets sarcasm. You ask for a sarcastic response, you'll get a sarcastic response. Cheeky request? Okay. Well, I gave you I took it as sarcasm, and you get a sarcastic response. Realistically, though, nothing particularly interesting has happened in this fort. There isn't much to tell. I mean, we have this legendary weaponsmith who hates making weapons, but is a legendary weaponsmith, and can't go insane. There really isn't much to tell, unfortunately, with this fort. I've been building a water trap. There was there's a really cool thing over here in the world map. If I jump over here, this screen, this is like a giant haunted forest, which is filled with one dwarven faction. This is their whole faction. It's just all of this. And they're just like living in this haunted forest. And they constantly go to war and end wars every other year, it seems like, with all these goblins. They've taken turns alternating to kill each other. I mean, I'm not making glass in this fort, so I can't. Maybe in a fort where I'm making glass. We're over here, and I was initially intending on kind of taking part in this war, but then my whole military died, so I haven't. I've finally gotten to a point now where I can again. So we could do that. But if I go to the world map, though, there are some interesting wars going on. Hit the news button. Down here, there's a bunch of humans invading elves. There's goblins invading dwarves over here. And more humans, a part of the same faction, ironically, also invading elves. So there's a giant human-elvish war going on, and small goblin-dwarf skirmishes happening. But it's interesting seeing that the humans are doing their best to more or less eradicate all elven life, which I think is fascinating. But no, realistically, at the end of today, I'm just going to retire this fort, and we'll start a new fort, probably something in a cold biome. There's some interesting biomes in this area that I'd like to explore. Like, there's this good biome up here. Where was it? Yeah, up here. There's the unkept ice, 19 days travel. But there's the unkept ice seems like an interesting spot. The problem is there's literally no neighbors. So it'd be like, oh, we'd be settling on a haunted icy biome with no neighbors. Down here might be fun though, because we've got goblins and elves and dwarves. And there's frozen areas that we could settle on down here. The confusing oceans. Very confusing indeed. But yeah. There just really isn't much going on in this world. It's a little unfortunate. I genned a high savagery large world kind of hoping that, and with large amounts of beasts kind of hoping that we would get like lots of scary shit, but it's just been boring, unfortunately. There's like something like 30 dragons alive in this world. You know, like I was really hoping we'd get like land titans and shit, but instead we've gotten nothing. Just disappointing, being honest. Also, heads up, I saw somebody is now supporting me at $7 a month on Patreon. Heads up, send me a message on Patreon and let me know your Twitch name and I can give you access to the annoy me commands that I owe you. Thank you very much, by the way. Unless you don't want them, in which case. I'll reach out myself if you're not listening. I didn't have my email open, otherwise I would have seen that sooner. Yeah, I could turn on notifications for new patrons, but frankly, it's a very good way for people to dox themselves because Patreon kind of encourages that you sign up with your real name. So I don't have that turned on. But no, you'll absolutely get a glass statue, Raw. You will absolutely get a glass statue at some point. I mean, heck, you can have a dwarf right now. What kind of dwarf would you like, Raw? Yeah, no, my last fort was a whole lot of fun, so this one has kind of seemed a little bit boring. The last fort that we had was a, how do I describe this thing in so many words? If you're still watching. The last fort that we had became a necromancer fort. We had an extremely greedy mayor, which in my mind I took that to mean, well, obviously the mayor wants knowledge because they're greedy for knowledge. So we started stealing books from everywhere and then let all of the dwarves read the secrets of life and death. Since we're lurky though, chat, can we get a round of beers? For everybody that's lurking. If you're lurking in the channel, just type in the word beer and let's see how many beers we can get. Today is my day off, so I wasn't really expecting a lot of people to tune in. But we've been especially lurky today. Also, that's all fine. Response to that Patreon message. It is all fine. As just to, like, mention this publicly, actually, the only real difference between subscribing on Patreon rather than Twitch is I get a bigger cut. I mean, you don't get emotes, but I give you sound commands if you sub at a higher tier, so... Give you an idea, $2 a month on Patreon is basically the equivalent of a Twitch subscription. A little bit less. It's fine. I just want to know that people are listening, because it's hard for me to just babble because like, I don't look at my view count. I don't know how many people are watching. I know it's low, but I look at it after the stream's over. So if chat's dead, I start to feel like either things are broken or nobody's watching. And if chat's dead, then I just kind of go, well, I should just end stream. But I don't quite want to end stream yet. I wanted to stream till about 2. So. But yeah, no, I almost prefer Patreon subscriptions to Twitch subscriptions, believe it or not. Ideally, I think subscribing on both is best, but that's money. So. That's the one. Because you're also playing video games? Fair enough. Trust me, I'm not knocking you for not talking. That's something I need to make clear. I'm not knocking people for not talking. But, it's just easier for me to do my job if I know people are talking. That's all. Or if I know people are listening. It's early time. Also, investments are open. Warthog is fighting and Ikea is fighting. Oh my god, did I finally run out of shells to make into shell crafts? We're gonna have so many shell crafts to sell to the next caravan. I hope you like shells, because you're gonna be getting a lot of shells. All right. Looks like I can also cancel all that clothing. We're still brewing drinks from plants. Let's make lavish meals. Yeah, I have 90 goblets in my tavern, but apparently dwarves are incapable of using them. Make some more gold goblets. I don't know if anybody here used to listen to the radio a lot or ever listened to the radio a lot, but I remember I used to listen to this one radio show, which wasn't a particularly popular radio show. It was the hard rock show that one of the local radio stations used to listen to. And they would do call-ins and they would ask for requests. And you could always tell when it was a slow day because they'd play the exact same playlist of songs back to back. And almost always at some point, one of the hosts would comment that, you know, we're not getting a lot of calls today, so we might have to end the show early. And sometimes they would. Which I always found kind of funny. Kind of the same for Twitch streams. You know, if everything's just kind of quiet, there's generally not a lot of reason for the streamer to not end early. I'm really happy with the way my prison turned out. Not a sentence you hear somebody say all the time, but it's just a pretty prison. Oh man, I thought that the bot was running away with all the tickets again. Turns out bot was not running away with all the tickets, it just looked like it. Gotta crush some stuff. It's a lot of forbidden logs. Genius stock trader. I really need to change the wording of those. 'Cause they're so bad. We have a lot of pairs of trousers. Like a lot of pairs of trousers. Same with a lot of random pairs of gloves. Like, I got 85 pigtail gloves. This is why the frame rate's bad. All of this shit's on the map. I have 269 hen eggs. 29 peahen eggs. I really need a trader to show up, but the last dwarven traders that showed up, and got butted in the head by a mountain goat and immediately ran away. Which I think's a little unfortunate. Speaking of unfortunate, I think I offended that person. They left. Yeah, it looks like it. Das be unfortunates. Wouldn't be the first time. What else we can make? Gold statue. Make some golden statues. I got a bunch of gold. Might as well do something with all those gold bars that I've got. 63 gold bars. We'll do something with them. Spiked copper balls. We'll make 50. Yeah, these dwarves can make omelets for years. Omelet, yeah, it's like Hamlet, but more eggy. But yeah, for me, more or less, more than anything, I just hope that people like the additions I've made to this stream. So I've made quite a few changes and additions recently, you know? Things have been adjusted and changed, and I've added new cameras, and hopefully people like it, you know? But I've put a lot of time and money. It's the resting place of Cyclone, R.I.P. Cyclone. Like, I put a lot of time and thought and money into the adjustments I've made to this stream, so I hope that you guys like them. More than anything. But change is always interesting. Yeah, well. I think last time you watched the stream, I still had a bookshelf in the background. Back when I wasn't single. How many of each uncut gem do I have? A lot. Available? That's a good question. I know I have a soap maker because I was making soap. Actually, that one's in the military. Should set them back to military so I know who's military and who's not. I think they're all lime makers, but they do have the jobs. Because Userune, I know, was a soap maker at one point. Do you have the soap making job assigned? A craft? There you go. This one does now. Take you off of lime making. He's interested after watching a performance, but within the last season, he was interested after watching a performance, but bored after being unable to practice a craft for too long. I would like to buy a hamburger, and I would like to make your soap. He is 63 years old, born on the 4th of Timber in the year 183. Tall and very fat. His sideburns are clean shaven. He personally believes that those who sacrifice for others should be deeply respected and sees merrymaking as a waste and dreams of mastering a skill. He'd almost join the military. He's truly fulfilled by assisting those in need, and he is utterly humorless and finds a chaotic mess preferable to boredom of harmonious living. Does not often feel lustful and generally acts impartially. He is married to a swords dwarf, and he has one son named Avus, 2 deities and a bunch of acquaintances. Well, tall for a dwarf. Work. Still dwarfy. Do I still have a wood burner? We have an ashery. Let's chuck a wood furnace right there. If only you could be so brave. Right, though? Are you exploring a fort right now, Bamboozler? I've seen those a couple times, yeah. And it's like, man. Why? Fucking why? The amount of casualties you'd have digging that. Yeah, no, I feel like if I were to do that, there would just be massive amounts of death. Was massive circle towers? The one time the one time I started in adventure mode in a pre-gen fort, it was just like a giant square. Like, dug out into sheer rock. Wait, what?
Wait, what?
Thank you very much for re-upping for a second month. Wait, what? It's good to have you back. Guys, can I get a round of beers in the chat for wait, what? Who was our mayor for a good while before we stabbed his head in. How you been? Didn't miss me too much. I decided to stream today on my day off because you gotta do that sometimes. I just took time off. I owe you guys this. Although there will be a cooking video, hopefully, going up tomorrow on the Patreon. I have to go buy some ground beef because I had a request. I normally take requests on there, but nobody sends them to me, so it's hard for me to take requests if nobody gives me requests. But I've been telling people for a while that if they want me to do requests, I'll do requests. Anyway, essentially I'm making a burger. Get to make a handmade burger patty today, so I'm kind of looking forward to that. It'll be fun. Although people will probably call me a heretic for putting teriyaki sauce in my burger. I did have a good break. You don't need to put an exclamation point. You just, you know what? Actually, fuck it. I'm just gonna make that work because so many people do it. Because you don't need to type an exclamation point beer. You literally just need to type in the word beer. I'm gonna make that work. Because it's like, kind of how Twitch works. I'm Googling that. And, yeah, no, that's not legal in Canada. Just an FYI. I could smoke a bong while cooking my food, and that would be totally legal. But if I made a steak out of dog, I might go to prison. Actually, I don't know if that's jail time. I do know that it's a fine, though. What did I do? I rebuilt my office. So I can, you know, now do this. I can stream records, although I need to lift up the glass cover and turn on the light. So I did that. Which took me a whole day, believe it or not. I hung out with friends one day, spent a lot of time outside, bought some records. What else did I do? Like, not a whole lot, actually. I mostly just kind of hung out with friends and chilled. I mostly just hung out with friends and chilled. I mean, that's basically what relaxing is for me. Was actually hanging out with friends. It was nice. Listened to a lot of records. Didn't drink as much beer as I was expecting to. Got really baked one day and kind of phased out of existence. I recorded a podcast. I edited a video. Yeah, I had a good time. Did some work for my parents. Helped my dad shovel snow. Got caught in a blizzard while grocery shopping. We finally powered through all of our gold bars. Yeah, like, I mean, I didn't really do anything in particular. Apparently a lot of them got forbidden for some reason. Yeah, I didn't really do anything in particular. It was just kind of I existed and I didn't stream. It's called Cooking with Dog. You think dog's just someone's name? Really? Interesting. Who the heck names somebody dog? Although I would like to eat horse meat. A friend of mine was the #2 best Canadian Osu player. It's like 200th best in the world or something. I think he still is pretty high up there. He goes by Chrono Trig. I want to look him up with 2 G's. Still might be, yeah. It's like a weirdly big game, but also like a weirdly small game. It's a weird one, that's for sure. Man, all of my engravers are just super happy because they got so much engraving to do, it's ridiculous. Ba-da-bum. Why? You need to give them something to engrave, Moose. I would say in some respects, I'm very much re-energized. In other respects, I kind of want to take a longer break. Like, that's kind of the only thing I can really say. It's like, in some respects, yeah, most certainly, I've got a lot of energy. But also, I kind of want to take another 2 weeks, but I know I can't really afford that, so I shouldn't. I'll probably take some more time off in June. What am I feeling burnt out on? I've been burnt out since November. Straight up. Just on creating content in general. Why are you canceling a job I already canceled? But the reason I've been burnt out is, what's the word? For the last 5.5, 6 years of creating content, I've lived with somebody else, right? Like, I haven't lived alone. So going from having someone who provides emotional support to no longer having that has made doing this job a lot harder. On one hand, I just want to do nothing but stream. But on the other hand, the types of games I stream require creativity. And in a lot of, well, at least Dwarf Fortress does. So does RimWorld. And streaming in general requires creativity. So you need to be emotionally in a good place, really, in order to be able to do a job like I do well. My mental state goes from decent to terrible, instead of like good to decent, which is what it did before. So it's, yeah, I have no decompression state. I end my stream and then it's just silence. So that's why I've been buying records and stuff and trying to like give myself hobbies. I know that like there's a small group of people that are like, oh, records are a waste of money. I've had a few people say that to me, but it's like, so is fucking Lego, which is the other thing I would buy. Except with records, I actually can do something with them. As far as streaming goes, to make my stream more interesting for me. So it's kind of I've just been burnt out for a really long time because I don't have any emotional support anymore. And just enjoy the ride. I mean, to an extent, I've been doing that, Userun. That's very much what one of the reasons I was happy that I got the Total War 3 Kingdoms deal. There's some shorter indie games I'd like to play through that I have. After today, I'm probably not going to play Dwarf Fort until Toady drops the next update, realistically. Just because I kind of need a break. I really do. And you're right, I really should just maybe dive into more deeper roguelikes, like maybe actually get into CDDA and play more Caves of Cud. But I don't know. It's been tough since November. But I'm certainly less burnt out than I was a week ago. The 4 days off helped a lot. I spent very little time in my apartment. Spent a lot of time just outside. And then it started fucking blizzarding. So the last day I didn't really go outside much, but it is what it is. It is what it is. But you guys have been supporting me very heavily, and for lack of a better term, make my streams feel appreciated, which is more than enough for me. Like, to give you an idea, yesterday I ended my stream and then immediately went and sat on Discord with people because I was like, I don't want to stop talking with people. I could very easily work 6 months straight, non-stop. Maybe do some more last half of cast. What, Risk of Rain 2? Oh, absolutely. I'm going to do Risk of Rain 2 tomorrow. Today's just going to be a short stream. I'm not going to stream much longer, most likely. Unless you guys can convince me, But like, to give you an idea, like, it's literally, the reason I do that, Yellowberry, sometimes is because I need to have somebody to talk to. Like, I live in an apartment by myself. And yeah, like, I could go get roommates or I could move in with my parents, but I don't know. I don't think that would help. Really. In fact, if anything, it would just add an element of anxiety and stress. Now suddenly I have to worry about living with somebody else I don't really know. Not necessarily social interaction. I need mental support. I'm not the most mentally stable person in the world. I'm a little bit manic. I go kind of nuts. Like, let's just say that bipolar and manic depressive runs in my family. So I know for a fact I'm probably a little nuts. I'm a workaholic. I don't want to do anything except for work. When I'm not working, I get stressed out because I'm not working. When I'm working, I get stressed out because I'm not getting any social interaction or seeing other people. Because of where I live and how I live, I can very easily speak to... Like, when I was on my break, I was talking to my friend Mike. Since New Year's, and this was... I can look at the date. This was on the 12th, so Sunday. Since New Year's, the only people I'd spoke to was him and my mom. I saw him... Well, actually... No, the only person I'd spoke to since the 29th was him and my mom. In person. And it's like, I go a little bit nuts. For 10, 15 days without talking to anybody. Just because I lived... If I hadn't lived with somebody for basically my entire adult life, I don't think I would be that way. I think I'd probably be able to exist alone and not be so bothered by it, but... Anyway, I should reread chat. I'm rumbling. Your engravers are depressed. No idea. I mean, to keep your engravers from being depressed, just give them stuff to do. Just always have them doing stuff to engrave. Or what I do is, like, engraving is like an alt job for me. So I will give dwarves engraving and another job. So that won't be their main job. That'll be their secondary job. What, blood? No, it's wine. Wine on the floor. Who's pouring wine on the floor? That's a waste of good wine. You morons. But yeah, no. After today, I think we're gonna take a bit of a break from Dwarf Fort and do more roguelike stuff. You know, Risk of Rain, Rimworld, Caves of Cud, and do more of those until Toady drops the next update. I'm very much hoping that kind of, you know, gives me enough stuff to mess with. I mentioned CDDA before, yeah. It's installed. I just need to, like, actually get around to it and decide I want to play it. I also really want to play Golden Crone Hotel, which is, what if Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup was all vampires and vampires were actually fun to play? But no, at the end of the day, I love streaming, and I don't want to take breaks from streaming, and I don't want to stop streaming. I just am, at this point, I'm over the breakup, and I'm just trying to figure out how to do this without burning out in my current living space. That makes sense. That's all I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to figure out how I can do this at a pace that is financially viable without burning out. Because I can't do it at the pace that I used to. You're gonna head to beds? Alrighty, Animal. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. Hot seat stuff tomorrow. You have a good night, man. Because I can't do it at the pace that I used to. I can't. Because I need to actually make an effort to go out. God damn it. We've got a ghostly human Who's hunting the halls? But we need to figure out how to calm him down so he doesn't murder us. There's a ghost. Must have lost the slab somewhere. Yeah, sorry for the little rant, guys, but that's kind of where I'm at. Kind of where I'm at. Essentially, I'm a professional shut-in. Caves of Cud stream? Caves of Cud streams are weird. While I love doing them, trying to think of a good way to describe Caves of Cud streams. Whoa! What the heck just happened? There's like just blood all the way across there. There's no combat log of it. That blood. Did you get fucked up by a ghost or something? Must have been fucked up by a ghost. What is Caves of Cud? Caves of Cud is a modern classic in the roguelike genre. You would talk to no one until Monday morning? Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm through the point of mourning at this point. Wait, what? And now I'm just kind of into emptiness, and I need to figure out how to fill that with stuff. So I've been listening to a lot of, like, records. And because this, you're completely right, Userin. I've kind of, I said this to my mother shortly after the breakup, and this was, I need a hobby. Bad. Fantasy, sci-fi, archaeology, RPG, sensation. Kind of, yeah. With a lot of mutants. A game that I'm very much looking forward to, because I think it's gonna really help bring a lot of people into the genre, is this one. Yeah, once video games become your job, what is your hobby? What is hobby? How do I hobby? I go to the gym. The gym's never been an issue for me. Like, really, it's never been an issue for me. Also, that's getting kind of close. February 6th. But yeah, no, that's a game that I'm looking forward to. Proper turn-based roguelike RPG, but very pretty looking. I've never really messed around. I've only done one True Kin, and I died almost immediately. I need to try some more of that stuff out. What am I interested in learning? Fuck if I know. At this point, fuck if I know. Like, really? I have no idea. Yeah, I like a lot of the mutations you get as a mutant, so I end up just doing that a lot of the time. At least these bridges are getting done slowly. Okay, are all of these done, actually? You are. You are. You're getting done. Not for me. So, once I get good, I'll stop playing mutants. Mutants ain't easy for me at all. Actually, Yellowberry, Braille, but I'm already learning that. I need to go use the toilet. I'll be back in a second. BRB. But, I mean, it's funny that Risk of Rain 2 popped up in chat just a minute ago, because Risk of Rain is a game that I'm very much hoping does really well for the channel when it comes out of early access. You keep trying until they do? That seems broken. I mean, I'm gonna say that seems broken. Like, it's cool, but seems broken. Yeah, no, I'm very much I have very high hopes for, Seems like speedrun strats to me. You need mechanics, because you're an engineer. Woodcrafter is, Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really at the point yet where I want to min-max that game at all, or look up optimal builds. That's not really what I find fun in those types of games. I much prefer doing random shit. Lafari and Mertip. I want to look up this dwarf's story. Lafari. Because this dwarf was raised by elves, but is also my best soldier. Which is fascinating. Rutzer. Teeth loot. Shield that is forgotten and forgot. A shield that is covered in forgotten beast extract. That's what I was looking for. Sure, but I still find different stuff every single time I play. I haven't quite gotten to the point where I'm seeing the same things yet. Once I get to that point, yeah, I'll start doing stuff like that. But till then, I'm just gonna keep enjoying finding new stuff every run. Because I'm still pretty new to all things considered. It's not like I feel like I'm even remotely good at it. Yeah. Exactly. I'm still having fun with Cud. Why do I need to cheese it? Anyway. Yeah. But you want to know the truth of that. You don't want to do only one game. Also, I'm pretty sure I know who you're talking about. Wait, what? Actually, I know two off the top of my head. And both of them are way better at the video game than me. My eyes aren't good enough to be great at that game, unfortunately. What happened to last fort? It got crashy. Literally, that's what happened. It just would crash every couple minutes. I don't know what happened. So we had to retire it, unfortunately. You still haven't been to the Wastelands? Really? Interesting. I've made it over the jungle a couple of times. Hey, Zapdos. Good afternoon. Yeah, no, like, you really need to be a god at that game. And that's the problem with a lot of modern roguelites. For me, wait, what? No, they really don't. High Tide does not raise all boats on Twitch. Best person gets the views, period. Unless you're wildly entertaining. You may as well enable saves. I mean, you do you. Also, viewers doesn't necessarily equal money. I have, or sustainability. I have a friend who only plays roguelikes, basically, and financially, he's considered quitting Twitch a couple of times because it's not even remotely worth the hours he puts in. Because he just doesn't make a lot of money. Which is unfortunate, but because of that, he does big-ass sellout streams in order to actually make money. Come on, dwarves. There we go. One of the best deaths I ever had in Caves of Cud was I was just wandering around in some random caves and then randomly my head exploded. Apparently there was somebody off screen on another screen that sundered my mind and did 150 damage to me. I was just like, okay. Or fireballs coming in out of nowhere. Although the most bullshit death I've ever heard of happening in any roguelike ever is Adom. Because in Adom, there's a mechanic where if you stand on an altar, you can be sacrificed to an elder god. Now, creatures or priests can sacrifice you to an elder god if they're within eye shot. So if they can see you, doesn't necessarily mean you can see them, but if they can see you, they can sacrifice you to an elder god. Now, what if it's an invisible enemy? So to all that you know, you're alone in this room, and you've been on this run for 45 hours, let's just say, because you don't generally see these temples until later in the game. So let's just say you're on a 40-hour run, and you just have one way to get down, because the way the area is laid out, it goes right through a temple, and there's a stairway going down. You step on this altar and dead. Adom's a bitch. But a great game. If you like Caves of Cut, I'd recommend Adom. But Adom has a lot of mechanics in it that you will not learn because there is no way to learn them. Unless you look at the game's code. That game is mean. Yeah, no. It's very much a, okay. Have I streamed Stone Soup? No, I haven't. But somebody who has been a whole bunch is Tone. He doesn't stream so often. I think he streams 2 days a week. Yeah, Tone Hack. Another person who's been playing it a lot recently is Quill18. It's hilarious, amazing, and absolutely salt-inducing. Like, is it like Cud? More dungeon crawling than Cud, so it's more focused on just straight dungeon crawling. But Stone Soup is very much a... DCSS Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup is a classic. I'm not super fond of it. Because I like the stuff with like an overworld and a little bit more direction. Stone Soup's a little bit lacking in that regard for me. Another one I'd recommend is Brogue. I don't know anybody who's been playing that, but Brogue is one I would recommend. What, Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup? Bamboozling? Another classic one that a lot of people don't talk about these days is Angband. Angband! But, legendarily difficult. Adom. I'll give you a link to Adom. Adom is actually on Steam, though. You can buy the version that comes with the expansion packs. But you can also get the not as expanded version for free. So the free version still exists, but the expanded version is for sale on Steam. I think $15. It's also on GOG. What COD will look like when it comes out? Visually, it'll look the same. I mean, it's coming out soon. It's supposed to be 2020, isn't it? Yeah, like, what do you mean by look like? I mean, they're not stopping developing it when it comes out. They're planning to continue developing it. Long is what it'll look like content-wise. It's like a 30-hour game right now, if you mainline it. But an ADOM run is like 40, 50 hours. Not resting. Is my patient not resting? I mean, it's been in development since 2007, so it fucking better be. I'm not talking about min-maxing stuff. I'm talking about just like if you were to just sit down and play the game. Other dimensions farm you the player? What? They're still working on those fucking bridges. My God. We've got a bit of a ways to go. Enjoy your lurk, Zapdos. I don't know how much longer I'll be on. Because today is technically my day off, so. Wait, what are we talking about, Bamboozler? Also, for those of you who don't know, on the 13th, Toady posted that there will probably be one more devlog before release. So, when Toady puts out one more devlog, Pog. Oh, bridges take a long time to build? Yes, they do. But they're also in a super awkward place, very far away from material. Absolutely, go ahead. Alright, easy. There's no rules for linking stuff. Just don't link anything that breaks terms of service and you're all good. Oh, Two Cellos. I know Two Cellos. Seen that video. Can I do a fast rundown? Villains. Actual plots. Henchmen. Baddies have agendas. Kings have agendas. Factions have agendas. Adventure mode's interesting now. Not really. You kind of have to sift through Toadie's posts. Mounts are coming to adventure mode. In theory. Yeah. And January's not over yet. I was talking with Stone Hobo on Discord yesterday, I think. Anyway, he was just like, "Wait, when's the new DF update out?" And I was just like, "January." And he goes, "Oh fuck, it's already January." Like, "Oh, that's like a month off." Wait, no, oh fuck, it's already January. What game though, D-Trick? That's the question. What game? Are we talking about Dwarf Fortress or Caves of Cud here? I'm confused. Because I know that you can clone yourself and then mind control your clone. No idea how it works, but... And then kill your original chair. No idea how any of that works, but I know that you can do it. In fact, it's in the fucking description of the game. One of the features in the feature list on the website is clone yourself and then mind control your clone and cut off your limbs and eat them for sustenance. That's one of, like, the feature lists. Which is mildly disturbing. But yeah, I've never been able to clone myself. I've got no idea how any of that shit works. Bow, bow. Is wearing a face, your face on your face. I wore a crocodile's face on my face. The crocodiles were weirdly happy with me. I kind of figured it would piss the crocodiles off, but actually they were all just like, oh, friend. Very strange. Exactly. You seem like one of our people. Yeah, no, it's like decapitating somebody's face and then putting it on your face. It's a weird game, man. That's why it's so good, though. I'm at war with 8 different goblin factions right now. None of them are attacking me. That job get canceled or something? Must have. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, it got suspended. There you go. We've got 2,000 beer. A lot of drink. 2,000 units of alcohol. Boom, 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 boom. You're still alive, Sima. Impressively. Wouldn't that be cool? These guys all hate me. The mountain halls for the beginning practitioner. We should raid Hot Horror. Let's go raid Hot Horror. Tickets with an S. But nobody got paid out. If it said investments have been paid out. Bots stole all of the stuffs. You're not dead yet, no, Sima, but you are, like, defying all laws. It's amazing you're not dead. You're utterly harrowed by the nightmare that is your tragic life, and you claim that you're about to snap. But, you're also a absolutely godlike weaponsmith. How was the mini break? It was good. It was needed. Not fully rested, but it helped. It certainly fucking helped. You're a dwarf. I think your dwarf is dead. Yes, looks like your dwarf is dead. Mountain goat is fighting. That's fine. Trying to figure out how you died. I don't know. Wants to throw them down a wall. Just as long as it's not into the magma. Well, it depends on if the magma looks comfy, I would assume. Are you trying to say modding folder? Why are you scrolling through the modding folder? Have I seen Bitlands? Bitlands! This takes me to Mario stuff. Game! Takes me to more Mario stuff. Uh-oh. Forgotten Beast, Lastric has come. A huge quadruped composed of selenite. It has a knobby shell and it squirms and fidgets. Beware its webs. Well, that one is fucking terrifying. Fuck. Oh, it's a DF tile set? Oh. Especially considering half my military just left. It's made of stone, my dude. And this cavern layer is open. Fire, in my opinion, is worse. We're gonna lock the cavern layer. I'm gonna try and drop a boulder on it. Doesn't matter, if dwarves don't make it, you guys gotta get inside. Uh-oh. Here it cometh. I hope somebody pulled that lever. Let's make sure that that lever's been pulled. Axion's got no job. Harbinger's gonna pull the lever. Hope that you've pulled that lever. Ay, ay, ay. Oy vey. Yeah. I was kind of hoping it would get crushed in the bridge, to be honest with you. I'm wondering if we can even fight this thing. Because, like, when my military gets back, I want to try. But fuck me, that's scary. Oh, the Forgotten Beast? No, it doesn't have deadly dust. It's a huge quadruped composed of selenite. Selenite, for those of you who don't know. It's a crystallized form of gypsum. Apparently it's used for good luck and protection. Smile. Powerful vibration of selenite can clear, open, and activate the crown, higher chakras, which is excellent for all types of spiritual work. Selenite can also be used to strengthen the memory. Your fucking death. Smile. You're like, fuck, there's another way in. No, usually they're just pathing to the next nearest alive thing. I mean, maybe there's another way in. Also, thanks for all the lurks, Rain Dog. Cheers, friend. I don't use atom smashing for unless it's accidental atom smashing for murdering things. Oh my god, did you see it jump? Oh, military's back. Mission report. Oh, seems like we just snuck in and stole books. One snail shell earring, one spider silk loincloth, 2 iron gauntlets, and then a bunch of big dogs. Waiting for all my military to get on the map. Tell them to stand there and then we'll fight it. No problem, Rain Dog. Thanks for hanging out and lurking. Yeah, for me it's like the only real acceptable use for atom smashing is trash. Because I'll be honest, I wouldn't actually mind this fort getting ravaged by a big forgotten beast, so we're gonna fucking kill this thing. Here comes the military. I don't know, chat, do you guys think we can kill this thing? split them up a little bit. Nah. I like your enthusiasm. Wait, what? The scariest monster I ever had was a giant stallion composed of steel who had webs. And it killed like 180 of my 220 dwarves. Where are the battle beetles? Right? Right! We need more beetles in this military. They sing about living in yellow submarines and murder beasts. All right. Let's put everybody into this and pull the lever, crunk. Wrong lever. Yeah, I'm not sure. We killed it. Dwarf, it ended with, oh my god, it's right there and waiting. It ended with one of my, I think it was farmers punching it. In the case of the stallion. All right, doors open. Here comes that scary fucker. Round of beers in chat, dwarves. I'm waiting for the webs. There it goes. The dwarf dead yet? Huh? I see blood. Forgotten beast is, yep, murdering my militia captain. Let's speed time up a little bit. Oh, looks like we're actually getting onto it. But Kubal, the hammer dwarf, and Tulon the swords dwarf are dead. 2 casualties. We're on it. Militia commander bashes the forgotten beast in the left leg with her silver warhammer. Swords dwarf kicks it. Okay, we're getting hits in now. All right, 2 dwarves are dead. We're getting hits in. A lot of dwarves are caught in webs. Anybody with a white background is caught in webs. Red backgrounds are dead, just a reminder. And this dwarf over here, not caught in a web, but is knocked over. So. Combat continues. I'm seeing bits and pieces. What's that? Its right rear foot. We cut off its foot. I think we got this, chat. Dwarves are continuing to hit the damn thing. It's dead. 2 casualties. Fucking well done. Hammer dwarf punches the forgotten beast in the lower body. Swords dwarf kicks it. Hammer dwarf bashes it in the right leg with his silver warhammer, fracturing it. The hammer dwarf punches the forgotten beast in the lower body with his left hand, and the severed part sails off in an arc. Literally fucking punched it to death. Okay, who's that hammer dwarf who got that hit in? Please tell me it was Ovsalot. No, it wasn't. Damn it. Nope, wasn't you. It's a crystal, not a stone. According to Google, anyway. Yeah, there you go. Damn. I wonder if anybody's ever been killed by a limb getting chopped off and it hitting them in Dwarf Fortress. I wonder. Damn. fucking wrecked him. It's unfortunate I lost some more dwarves, but... Seems like we, Lycott over here, having a bit of a hard time. Lower body is bruised and her right lung is mangled beyond recognition. How fleeting is life? Ah! And then the doctors, please. Looks like he's still able to move, though. Militia captain is gonna go rest. This one was attacked and knocked over by the creature. Seems okay. You wouldn't want to punch it? I'm sure it would hurt your fist. Fucking glory, though. Absolutely fucking glorious. I think it's time to give the soldiers a break. Like, they just got back from raiding enemy faction and then immediately go into combat. I think they need a break. The lungs aren't that recognizable to begin with. You only need one. It's okay. See, those are the kind of fights I wanted in this fort. More of that. Those poor, poor dwarves, my god. Well, looks like feels guilty after being able to rest. Why would you feel guilty? You didn't commit any crimes. Simba's gonna have to go back to prison. But regardless, you know, this fortress has gotten very stagnant and albeit a little bit dull. So I think we're gonna call it on this fortress for today, and I think we're gonna call it on this stream as well. For those of you who don't know, Fridays are normally my day off. This fort needs villains. Everything needs villains, really. We'll do one quick run through with this fortress, right? You know, we started up on the surface up here. We built up the walls. We have a massive farm. I started building this really big project that will never be finished. Giant drowning chamber. And it goes all the way down to here. We're set up mostly in the caverns, just like I like it, with our temples down here. The fortress was designed to fight and kill forgotten beasts, but unfortunately not very many showed up. The few that did, though, we did kill. One managed to murder my entire army, unfortunately. Hey, Trashy. Don't run away just yet, though. We're going to host somebody, probably. And then all the way down here is the magma lair. As far as Dwarf Fortress goes, I'm waiting for the new update, right? So I probably won't be streaming much Dwarf Fortress. I think I might do a stream on Sunday of Dwarf Fort, maybe start up a small fort, something silly. You know, maybe just start off with 7 peasants and try and build on a glacier or something. Something I know that won't last long, just for fun. Probably in the same world, too. So Dwarf Fortress stuff's gonna be a little bit softer until Toady drops the next update. I kind of get like this whenever there's an update to a game, and that's I don't really want to play it until it's updated. I don't know if you guys have ever had that problem, but I'm sure that this fortress will go down into the legends and kill many forgotten beasts. For those of you who don't know, I have set up some changes to the stream a little bit. I now have this, which is a record player camera setup. So that's how we start the streams now, is we listen to some records. And currently, I don't have any game soundtracks, so technically, I just get my VOD muted a lot. But It's still kind of fun. 7 scholars? No. Maybe 7 peasants. Although 7 scholars could be interesting. Maybe we could do something neat with that. But yeah, we'll be doing some Dwarf Fort on Sunday. Then Monday we'll be doing another Total War sponsored stream. We're going to be doing more stuff along those lines.